All right, everybody. All right, so this is going to be the second video of the trafficking process for the Facebook ads. If you missed the first one, make sure you go check out the first one. This one we're going to be going over Zapier, and we're going to be going over the steps right after you create your campaign. So let's just dive in. All right, so you've created your ad set, you've created your ads. Now, this is the step you do directly after that. So let's use this ad that I just created today for Colin, Chesterton Street. So once you publish your ad, and you do that by in the ad creation screen, you're going to see a publish button in the bottom right. Make sure you've clicked that. It's obviously not able to be clicked now because I've already published this. Right after you create your ad, you're going to come back up to the ad set for that ad. So it's Chesterton Street. You're going to turn it off for now. And I'll get into why that is in just a moment. You're going to turn off the ad set during the QA and approval process. You're going to come back over to the ads, and you're going to edit it with this little pencil. And this box over here is going to let you preview the ad. You click on it, you press share a link. Again, that's at the right-hand side. Press this, share a link. Then this link is a test link. It's going to let you preview the ad before it's actually live. I just copy it over to a little text doc. You know, I already copied it over, but I would copy it over to a text doc just to have it saved and ready to go. And why you turned off the ad set earlier. If you turn off the ad, that link actually won't display anything because the ad will be off. But if you turn off the ad set, again, I'm not turning this one off for now, but you will when you're QAing. If you turn off the ad set, the ad will not run and spend until you tell the whole thing to turn on and until the agent and myself approve. So you're going to take the ad preview link that we just got from the ad section. You're going to take this link and you're going to send it to myself and whoever the agent is for approval. You're going to be talking to the agent for the ad copy and looking at the MLS for the ad copy anyway. So you're going to be sending this to myself and the agent for final approval. Now, once we approve it, however, both of us, the agent and myself, you're not going to turn on the ad set immediately because we have to enable the settings that go from Facebook to Brivity. So when a lead comes in, you know that from the first video, when a lead comes in, it comes in through a lead form. So someone that clicks on the ad, a lead form pops up, and then they fill out their information, and a lead gets put into Facebook. Now that lead, the information will live in Facebook unless we export it, and that's kind of time consuming. It takes it's a bit of a waste of time. Facebook does not have a very good system for that. One sec, I'm getting a call. Let me text them. Okay, cool. So Facebook does not have a good system for exporting leads comparatively because we would have to upload it back into Brivity. So with Zapier, which is another website tool that we have, and I'm going to get you all the login, but you're going to head over to Zapier.com, okay? And you're going to land, when you go there and when you log in, you're going to land on this window. So Zapier, think of Zapier as the piping in between Facebook and Brivity. So Zapier is going to enable them to talk to each other. So you're going to come over, when you log in to Zapier, you're going to hit this page. You're going to go to the Zaps section. And we've organized Zaps are what they call the actions to get the two platforms to talk to each other. So we have them labeled as by agent, right? So we have a couple other for Short Sale and Squarespace, but for the most part, you're going to be dealing with the ones that are labeled by agent. So since we just made an ad for Colin, so this Chesterton is for Colin. Let me just show you how I know that to be sure. You would have made this ad, so you would know, but just for your reference, if you come back up to campaigns, Colin's lead gen campaign, $100 ad set, there we see Chesterton, and there we see Chesterton. So you've made your ads, you've gotten the QA link, the shareable link from the ad level of your stuff, then you come over to Zapier. We're going to navigate to Colin's folder. These are all Zaps for Colin, and I've already made one, but we're going to go make a test. We're going to make a test one, one that is not going to be linked to anything, just so I can show you the process. So how I normally do it is I copy an old one over, and I'll show you why right now. So in Brivity, each agent has a unique ID, and I'm going to share these with you. I'll share this doc with you. I'll just hand this IDs to you. So for example, Colin's is this ID right here. So when Brivity And this is a little bit complicated, but it sounds more complicated than it is. It's really just more little steps that will help the two platforms talk together. So Zapier takes this ID, Colin's ID, and takes the lead information from Facebook and merges the two together. So let's see what that looks like. So I'm on Colin's folder because it's his campaign. I'm going to make a zap in the top corner here. And this is how you make one from scratch. I'm going to show you this first, and then I'm going to show you what I normally do because it's much faster. I just want you to see the process so you understand why we're doing things. So in Zapier, we're going to name this based on the address. So we're going to go ahead, and I normally would have this copied to a notepad, but I'm going to go into the ad set and just copy the address over. So you're going to name it based on the address, the listing address. Choose an app, so the initial starting point is going to be Facebook leads. If you do not see this option here, go ahead in this drop down and type in Facebook, and you'll see Facebook leads populate. Now, right now it's experiencing issues, but you should not see this. If you see this, let me know. This could mean that we have a lack of service right now, but normally you do not see this. So, all right, so you've selected Facebook leads as a trigger. Go ahead and save and continue. Now you're going to see a couple accounts here. We're going to have to log you in as in this. Actually, it should just work. I don't think we have to log you in. If you run into issues here, let me know. I'm logged in as my personal Facebook account, so it should just work like this. So go ahead and select Ads by Ryan Mitchell. If that doesn't work, please let me know. We can get y'all signed in under the correct login in Zapier. So the final page on this, you're going to have to choose the correct page. So you have to go to CAZA group, and it's important you pick the right one. I'm on all of the CAZA pages, so you have to make sure you pick the correct Facebook page, and it's going to be named the CAZA group. It's not the internal one, obviously. That's like CAZA group loudness for I think that's Aaron, and obviously that's not the real estate investment network page. So choose the right one. When in doubt, look for this ID. It's not super important that you remember this ID because the CAZA group is pretty self-explanatory, but if you need reference, come back to this video, and this ID is the exact Facebook page that you should be looking for. So you've chosen CAZA group. You've told Zapier on this Facebook page, I want this lead form, and that's what this part is. So you've created lead forms based on, and here's Patty's test, awesome, and here's another one for Patty test, perfect. So like these are lead forms in Facebook that Zapier is detecting that you and I will have created and will create. So for this example, we're doing it for Chesterton Street. Since you've named your lead gen form after the address, it's very easy to see which one it is. Go ahead and click that. Let it kind of load. And then press continue. All right, so that's step one of Zapier completed. You added a trigger. So when a new lead comes in on Facebook, it will trigger Zapier, and we'll be able to add actions to that. So let's add a step. We're going to add an action, and the first action we're going to do is go into Brivity. Okay, so you're going to type in Brivity in that search bar. You should see it. Click it. Press save and continue on the trigger is create a new lead. Now we're going to choose an account. Go ahead and pick Brivity again. This should work for you. If it doesn't, let me know, but this should work for you. Let's press continue. Now here's the template. This is where it's very important that you pay attention on this edit template section, because these IDs and the values here are, this is basically the whole thing. If these IDs are wrong, then they're going to go to the wrong agents, or the auto plans won't work. So this is the very important page. So on the edit template section. So this Brivity ID, this is the IDs that I mentioned earlier based on agent. And again, I'm going to send these to you. So I'm going to copy this ID, put it there. Primary agent ID is the same as the Brivity ID. And make sure, so when I copied that, you'll see that there's a space right there. Make sure there's no space. It's not a huge deal, but we'd rather not have special characters. And see, actually, you can see a little bit of a red, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but right on the edge of this one, you can see that there's like a red dot, so let's get rid of that space. You only want numbers to be there, so make sure there's no special characters on either side. So again, the Brivity ID, primary agent ID, is the Brivity agent ID, which I will supply to you. So let's scroll down. Lead type doesn't really matter because you think it would matter, but it doesn't actually push this correctly to Brivity. It's one of their bugs, so it's not really that big of a deal. Now, this is where the minutia kind of gets in. So you're going to be putting the name that the Facebook lead has collected. You might remember that the Facebook leads, I'm not sure if I can get it to pop up here, in the Facebook lead gen form, we ask for name, email, and phone number, right? So we're going to, I think I can just look at a basic one right here. Yes, so we ask for email, full name, and phone number. So we're going to tell Zapier to expect those answers, right? And how we do that is right here. So under first name, we're just going to use first name column. That's fine. You're going to press this plus here, and it's going to try to populate with a bunch of stuff. Let's just type in name. Now, there's two options here. You have full name and raw full name. You're going to pick full name. This value right here might be different. That's okay, as long as you have full name and it is under new lead. What this is telling Zapier is from the Facebook lead gen form, give this value the full name. And it's going to be a little bit, that's a little bit odd that's showing that, but sure, fine. Skip last name because we're going to have the full name right there. Even though the label says first name, we've told it to expect the full name here, so that's fine. We're going to do the same thing here. You open up this window, and I already saw the email, so when I clicked on this, Zapier is kind of smart. So I click on this. It knows that, like, hey, you probably want the email here, but just to be sure you get the right one, go ahead and type in email. Push that there. Not raw email. You want the normal email. Again, this value might be different for you. It's a random set of characters for testing purposes. And then finally, the phone number. So not raw phone number, just normal phone number. Great. Don't need this. Don't need street address. Don't need city. Do not need locality or postal code or country. So scroll all the way down to source. Now here's another one that's very important. So what we just did up here was we told Zapier, this is the agent that you're going to assign the lead in Brevity to. Here is the lead's information. Now we're going to activate the auto plan. This is the first step to activating the auto plan. So under source, in the edit template section, you're going to click and you're going to use custom value. So if you type in custom, it should pop up use custom value advanced. So that's what you're going to need. Now, the little delineator we have for this is this SLM, right? So here's the address, and then we put this SLM space at the very beginning. It's what Isabel was doing when we started this. We might be changing this at some point, but it's working, so it sounds good to me. You're going to copy SLM space the address, copy it in here, and it's very important that you copy and paste this, because this exact set of characters with the spaces in the right spot, this has to be the same as another step coming in the next video. So make sure you copy and paste this section and you don't change this, because you need to make sure it's this value must be the same in Zapier that it is in Brevity. So I will show you that in the next video. So copy that into the source, and then I believe that's it. Oh yes, and there's one more thing. We have a little description here. So this is going to be I'll show you some other ones, but it's going to be something akin to lead. It's going to be like new lead from Facebook for, and then we're going to put in the address. So this description is not necessarily super important for our auto plans and for our remarketing efforts, but it is important to know in case, like, you know, one of these values doesn't pull through, we can't call them. Let's say they have bad contact info. At the very least, we know which address they were trying to inquire on. So this description should have something akin to new lead from Facebook for this, for the listing address that they clicked on. So, all right, let's go ahead and press continue. And it's going, this is just the test thing. You can scroll all the way down, send a test to Brevity. Oops, not working, one sec. We'll need to take care of some issues in the Zap. So this is actually a really good, that was a good little training moment. So we filled out this Brevity section. We're going to press continue, and then it's telling us that we can't finish the Brevity test until we finish the test in step 1. So Zapier forces you to test all of your steps to make sure they work. That's fine. If you see a yellow box like this, just follow along, and if you have any questions, screenshot this, send it to me and or Thomas, and we will figure it out for you. So let's go ahead and listen to this. Let's edit here. I'm going to click on that. This popped up, pull in samples, it's going to do it, and then just press continue at the bottom again. Okay, so I think the first step has been approved, so let's go back down to edit templates and press continue. And good, so now there's no more yellow box there telling us there's an error. It pulled in some test stuff. Let's go ahead and send a test to Brevity at the bottom of the page. And it looks like it was successful, excuse me, so finish. So again, that error that popped up was it did not successfully do a test to Facebook. We just redid the test by clicking into this You go down to test the step and then make sure it's good to go, and then you can keep on moving. So Brevity is done. The final step is you're going to send an email. So you're going to go to add an action. You're going to do email. I think, is it Gmail? I think, yes. We use it. Zapier has an email app, but we use Gmail. So we're going to send the Gmail app, excuse me. We're going to send an email. Okay, and from me, and again, this should work. Just if it doesn't work, just let me know. Save and continue. So it's going to go to, we have some pre-populated emails in here for you, so you're going to do it to Jim. Actually, it should be the phone numbers pre-populated. Never mind. So you're going to have to get, you're going to have to type out all of their emails. So Jim at the CAZA group, it's going to go to Jim, and it's going to go to the agent. So, excuse me, it's not going to go to the agent. I'm confusing myself here. So on the Gmail setup, pick the Gmail app. It's going to go to Jim for sure. And then you're going to send it to CAZAmarketing1@gmail.com. Now this is a test email. It's where our Google Analytics is set up. I use it for QA purposes, so I'll see like if something comes in wonky or odd, I can see it coming from there. So send it to these two emails, Jim at the CAZA group and CAZAmarketing1@gmail.com. So you're going to scroll down. Go ahead and do from. It's going to come from me. So from Ryan, we selected that before. So from my email, Ryan at the CAZA group. You're going to do from. You're going to do Facebook leads as the from name. Facebook leads. Face leads is fine. So Facebook leads. This way, I can tell that this email is only for Facebook leads. It's nothing. So it's no spam. I can make sure I know exactly what it's for. So now the subject required. I don't remember exactly what we had for these. I don't want to give y'all the wrong information. Where is Zapier? There it is. So I'm going to open up another Zapier tab and get verbatim what we said in another one, and then we're going to use that in this test. All right, so let me come on down. Okay, so the subject line is going to be Facebook leads, the address for the lead that they inquired on, and we put the name in the subject as well, the full name that you added in earlier. So go ahead and press this drop down, click Facebook new lead, and then type in name. And it's going to give you a couple different options. Okay, you want the full name. All right, you want the full name. So it should look like this with this little green box. Then the body is going to be, and feel free to pause the video so you can copy this down. But this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so it's going to be, hey, we just received new lead on our campaign for address. So you're going to add in the address here. It's also in the title. And you might see this happen sometimes if you're copying over Zaps. I recommend you just delete that. You're not going to get that changed. And then press the little search bar here. Once again, type in name, full name. Get rid of that. Email. There's your email. And phone number. Type in phone, there it is. So you're going to know you have the right things pulled in if you see the Facebook symbol on these little buttons. This is just a dynamic variable that Zapier is pulling in from Facebook. That's all those are. So, and finally, that's it. That's it for the email. So you fill in, just to recap email, you fill in the two, Jim at the CAZA group and CAZAmarketing1@gmail.com. Then you put the from as my email. You label the name Facebook leads. The subject is going to be Facebook lead : address, and then the dynamic filled variable full name, which is found by this drop-down window right here. Then you do this template. Hey all, we just received a new lead for Facebook for address. Fill these in again with the dynamic variable drop-down menu there, and then scroll all the way to the bottom. Press continue. Now, like everything else, it's going to have you do a test email. So go ahead and send a test to Gmail. Jim monitors these. If he gets one that's weird, then he'll let me know. I think I just got one. So, yep, we went from 1 to 2. So that means the test email came through. Press finish. Now, you're not done yet. Once you finish all these steps, you're going to go ahead and turn the Zap on. Okay? So it takes a second to automate. It does its things. Okay, just, Great. So it is now on. So Zapier is done. Zapier is done. So that's the process if you build it from scratch. The next video I'm going to make, and just so you can understand the full process, the next video I'm going to make is going to be how you can actually copy zaps to save a lot of time. So that I just wanted you to see that process. So I'm going to stop this video. We're going to the next video so I can show you how I actually do the process. It takes much faster. We'll see you in just a moment.